racer Mark McMahill. Behind the wheel, the 10C car, Peoria, Illinois, where he calls home. Isaac Chappell's in the number 6. Willow Branch, Indiana racer Ethan Mitchell out of Mooresville, North Carolina, has got his Honda-powered 19M out here, the Bundy-built 19M. Landon Brooks out of Rio Oso, California, in the 1D. Eve Krieger, we have him with us again. We saw him at Eldora. Unfortunately, blew up the engine at Eldora, his national engine. He's got his D2 midget engine in. He said, but I still want to come run this race. We had all the pit passes paid. We want to be a part of it. So the Covington, Ohio racer out here with us in the 36. And then Evansville, Indiana racer Jeff Schindler in the 8X. And Austin Barnhill out of Wilmington, North Carolina in the 17B. This is just group number 1.
Landon Brooks, a recent wing sprint car win at Placerville for the Tyner Hurst racing team. Kyle Hurst, an outstanding racer in his own right. He was the Western Tour Speedway South champion this year. He's a former Open champion at Cycleland Speedway. He comes with a lot of great racing credentials.
Yeah, that was the Mark Forney Classic he picked up out of Placerville. And, yeah, just a tremendous talent behind the wheel. Rio Oso, California, for you that are non-Spanish speakers, that's the Bear River. That's how that translates, I think. See that? I could rip that one out there. I do Oso.
That was strong.
Thank you. That's as far as it goes. That was the extent of my knowledge right there.
And let's remember, Cannon McIntosh makes the switch. He was the runner-up in this event last year.
Runner-up in the event last year was third quick in the overall practice session as we rolled into tonight. So,
first dirt covering of the night.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. 12.987. And a McIntosh on that opening lap, but plenty of fast cars out here. It's going to be very competitive on this second night. Landon Brooks, the 1D car, currently second quick. Isaac Chappell, Austin Barnhill, Logan Seavey was down there, but things will shuffle around a little bit as Seavey's starting to find some rhythm for the 57 car. The Indy Fuel came on board here during this Driven to Save Lives BC39 last year with the Abacus Racing team, and sporting it again. Good to have hockey involved with dirt track racing. But Kenna McIntosh, your quickest overall at 12.537 in group number 1. Landon Brooks, the 1D car, second quick. Logan Seavey, third quick. Then Ethan Mitchell, Isaac Chappell, the top 5.
Yeah, I'll add Landon Brooks, part of the Ramco Speed Group out of the Fort Worth, Texas area. They're certainly making some noise for the BC39.
Yeah, they brought a plethora of race cars out there down the pit area. If you get an opportunity to slide down into the pits, visit with them. They always have a good time down there and very friendly, answer a lot of questions. But yeah, it's plenty to see and do out here at the Driven to Save Lives BC39. The vendor midway is open up for business. You can go out there and support your favorite drivers. We're going to pack here a little bit and then let them cut loose again here in this first group. But if you head down to the vendor midway, vendors down there, Logan Seavey and Mitchell Moles are found in the same trailer. They're located down there along with Dason Pursley. Keith Kuhn's Motorsports, all the drivers running for Keith Kuhn, they have their merchandise and apparel down there. Brady Bacon's trailers down there. K1 Race Gear is set up over along the fence. And then obviously the USAC merchandise and apparel trailer, where you can also find Emerson Axum and Thomas Meserol stuff. Meserol coming off that win last night. Follow T-Mez on T-Mez TV up on YouTube. Also down there, Justin Grant. I see his trailer from up here. So Justin Grant merchandise and apparel available here tonight. Yeah, maybe some more that slipped in on me down there. Also, don't forget you can bid on the 2-seater ride at the USAC merchandise and apparel trailer. The opening bid starts at $200 to go for a ride with 7-time national champ Levi Jones. Well, group number 1 coming to an end there with the 1D car, who was second quick for a long time for Landon Brooks. We were talking about the Rio Oso, California runner, and unfortunately he comes to a halt just out turn number 2. Did so a couple laps ago, but out of harm's way, so we finished that one off. But the 1D car lost fire down here and heading into turn number 1. Quickest overall, Cannon McIntosh at 12.169, 12.169 for the number 86 car. And I was talking to Scotty down in the CB Industries camp earlier on today, and I said, how's it going so far? He said, we just need to make him comfortable in the car, but I would think comfortable would be P1 in group number 1.
Yeah, that's a good way to start it out. And obviously Chad Bode knows a little something about picking up big midget victories in his own right, knows how to get the job done.
So we'll get group number 1 off the racetrack, bring out group number 2, and group number 2 is comprised of the 25M out of Castro Valley, California. That'll be Jake Andriotti, Brady Bacon, the Macho Man out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the 21H, the 5S out of Columbia City, Indiana. That's Scott Orr. Aaron Leffel out of Springfield, Ohio is behind the wheel of the number 11L car. The 7P is Zach Dom, the Dominator out of Pocahontas, Illinois. Dason Pursley out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The 19 car, the 97, is all the way from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Gavin Miller, Flying Ryan Timms from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma in the 67 car. And then Bakersfield, California's Brian Stanfill in the 75 AU.
Yeah, so a couple of drivers who have been in victory lane this year already. Flying Ryan Timms, obviously Gavin Miller from Allentown, a winner this year at Bloomington Speedway. Leffel, a 3-time Midwest Thunder Series champion.
So, again, a lot of heavy hitters coming out here from multiple divisions. Obviously, it's the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series event, but we are seeing racers from the Badger Midget Series, the Speed 2, the Midwest, a whole bunch of them, a plethora.
Yep.
BCRA.
In part, a little bit of an equalizer in terms of the racetrack, and we'll see. Some have slapped in a little bit bigger engine than they're normally used to running in the car, but nonetheless, they all come with credentials.
Getting ready to cut them loose here on group number 2. And again, Dirt Draft, Fantasy Dirt Track Racing, you have a $100,000 salary cap. And you pick a team of 5 drivers. The better they do, the better you do. As you earn points, you can spend in the Dirt Draft Speed Shop for pit passes and tickets to races and hats and T-shirts and all kinds of cool stuff. So check it out, dirtdraft.com, or download the Dirt Draft app onto your device. I love it. I play every game. And speaking of which, I want to throw this out there. I was just thinking about this, but there is J-Bags. J-Bags is my arch nemesis in late models. If anybody knows who J-Bags is, tell him to contact me. I just want to talk to him, see who he's picking on some of these races because he's pretty good. You
dropping a dime on him or what?
He's pretty good. He's actually really good. I cannot beat that guy. Oh, well. Aaron Leffel coming out here, the 11L car, rather. Had a chat with him down to pits there earlier on in the Team Taylor Racing, and that is, I commented on it yesterday during the hot lap session. I said, that is a beautiful race car, and they thanked me for commenting on it, but it is a gorgeous race car. I love the look of that thing. It looks fast. Looks good. It's an old Triple X chassis with the Chevy Ecotech underneath the hood of the 11L car. Leffel coming out of we're talking about the Speed 2 Midget Series. That's what he is. He is a Speed 2 Midget racer and runs micros as well, and has a ton of wins.
Yeah, again,
you getting comfortable over there, Pat? I don't know what you're doing, but are you chopping firewood?
No, I'm just reaching for my bag. Man, you are sensitive guys. You guys have no confidence in your equipment. You drive a crew chief crazy.
I was telling you. They talk about getting Cannon McIntosh comfortable in the car. I'm still not comfortable in this lift.
That's obvious. I mean, I reached out and grabbed my bag. That's it.
I could back up and hang on to this post with my behind. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As it gets set to cut them loose. Group number 2 taking a green flag. Checkered flag coming out on group number 2, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Quickest out of this group. He's second quick overall with the 12.304 and only runs a midget just a couple times a year these days.
He does. Sometimes he's walking through a midget pit. He looks like he's got a case of agidou, but nonetheless, he had a case of being really fast right there.
We saw him, we saw him out at Belleville High Banks. We'll see him down again at the Chili Bowl. And in the meantime, we were talking about Cannon McIntosh. Sounds like Drake has tracked him down.
I have indeed, which not a lot of people have been able to do because he's sitting pretty right now in dirt draft hot laps. But Cannon, obviously the big story of the week was you moving to CB Industries. First off, tell me about how it came together with Chad to fill out the rest of your USAC National Midget season with CB Industries.
Yeah, it didn't really take much. You know, we talked a little bit, kind of knew what both of our goals were, and we both like winning. So, yeah, it just came together quick, and we were able to finally come out here for BC and, you know, hopefully put on a good show and you know, do as good as we can.
You've driven for some high-profile teams, obviously Dave McDalby for a lot of your career and most of this year, and Keith Coons Motorsports in the past. How does CB Industries compare to those two other midget giants?
Yeah, these guys know what they're doing. You know, they've put a really good car under me. They've shown lots of speed all year, you know, and they've had some success this year. So, yeah, I have no worries at all. I'm definitely confident going into this in such a good car. So, yeah, I just think it's a matter of me doing my job and, you know, us communicating well and getting the car as good as we can get it for what the racetrack's going to give us. So, you know, I just got to stay on top of my game, and I think everything will fall our way.
Cannon McIntosh looking to be one of the 3 drivers to lock it straight into the feature event out of tonight's prelim aboard the CB Industries Gear Wrench 86.
40X car rolling down here into turn number 1. Belpre, Ohio racer at Zach Weigel behind the wheel of the 40X. Chase McDermott, who qualified into the big dance last night, is actually the car owner of the 40X, and I had an interesting conversation with Chase earlier on today, and he said, you know what, I'm more nervous as a car owner than a driver.
But that's where he's wanted to start thinking about his career as well. We talked about that here. Chase and I did about a month ago. Zach Weigel, by the way, 6 Midwest Thunder wins, second in points. He's had a really good battle for the championship. That series has a couple to go, but Zach's had a great year.
It's also coming out here onto the racetrack, the 57A car out of Wayne City, Illinois. That's Daniel Robinson. Justin Grant from my own California behind the wheel of the number 2, the defending national champ and national points leader with the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Cars. Rome, Texas racer Scott Evans is in the 118 car. Then Connor Wolf out of Lafayette, Indiana, the 1G. Tanner Thorson, we had a little chat with him, or Drake had a little chat with him earlier on. He's behind the wheel of the number 88 car. Minden, Nevada is where he calls home. Wes Pinkerton, Reynolds, Indiana racers in the number 9. Mitchell Davis from Auburn, Illinois is in the 56. The 41 cars out of Fort Myers, Florida. That's Oliver Akerd. And I believe I got them all in this third group of 4.
Mentioned this last night, but Connor Wolf, 5 wins in 2023 with Tony Stewart's All-Star Circuit of Champion TQ Midgets. So he's had a good year. Believe he's around 3rd in points, maybe 2nd by now.
That's another one of those cars, too, and we talk about the different power plants coming in. That is a Spike chassis, has a pink Ford underneath the hood. So that is Ford-powered underneath the hood, the 1G car. So that's different than the Engler Ford that you saw on T-Mez last night, but still Ford-powered if you're a Blue Oval fan.
You know, by the way, going back to Cannon McIntosh and the switch of teams, just a reminder, Chad Boat went 2nd to Brady Bacon in the inaugural event, 4th the next year. So Chad Boat had great success as a driver at this racetrack. He won the Belleville Midget Nationals. So, you know, there's a lot going in their direction for this event.
And again, you keep building your notebook. The longer this event goes on, the better these cars get at this racetrack, and the better the racetrack gets. We get some races on it. Reese O'Connor and the gang coming down here, Rowdy from Kokomo Speedway to prep the track for us. Tip of the cap to them. They've been doing a phenomenal job. We took on a lot, and I mean a lot of rain on what was supposed to be our practice night. They had to kind of fight with that a little bit yesterday, but we are super tuned here on day number 2 of the Driven to Save Lives BC39. Well, it was a duo, or a duel, I should say, between the duo of Justin Grant, the number 2, and Tanner Thorson, the 88.
You know, it's in many ways a young person's game. These drivers have a little bit more experience, and they're back up front. Justin Grant, again, has not won in midget competition this year. And you talked to Dave Estep, I talked to Dave Estep. They feel like they needed to really refocus on the program, and the results last night, this looks good.
Yeah, looks good indeed. He's atop this field there with a 12.015. Tanner Thorson second quick in the 88 car with a 12.043, a difference of 28 thousandths. McIntosh bumped down to third. Weigel and Bacon, your top fives. It sounds like Drake York has caught up with Brian Stanfield.
Absolutely, I have, and this is probably the team that has had the toughest start to their Driven to Save Lives, BC39. Brian only getting 1 lap of practice last night. So, Brian, what happened on the 75 AU that put you guys out of practice early?
Well, we broke the lower shaft in the rear end last night, but it didn't hurt us all that much. We have spares, and like tonight's a normal deal. You get your 3 or 4 laps of hot laps, so we're just back on track the way we normally are.
So Mike Griffiths owns the car, and you're a part owner as well. You keep it at your house in nearby Brownsburg, Indiana. So tell the fans at the track and at home, how in the world does an Aussie like Mike Griffiths and an American like you get teamed up to run midget races?
Well, we were teammates at the Chili Bowl 2 or 3 times and just got to be friends through that. And I was getting ready to retire at that point, and he kind of dug me out a little bit. And now it's been 3 or 4 years, and we just race part-time and, go racing full-time and cruise. And, I just try and go out and have some fun.
And he's going to try to have some more fun here during the Driven to Save Lives BC39. Chet and Pat, I'm sure as you both well know, Brian Stanfield trying to be one of the drivers here in the near future to be one of 2 drivers to win USAC sanctioned races in 5 decades. I think he's got about till 2030, though.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of time there on that last decade. Hey, Christy caught the Macho Man, Brady Bacon, down the pits.
Yeah, Brady Bacon, the inaugural winner of the Driven to Save Lives BC39 from back in 2018 and comes in 5th in Dirt Draft Hot Laps at this point. First things first, how's the eye?
It's good. Pretty much all healed up. Vision's back to normal, so glad the care that I got at Eldora Speedway probably helped to expedite the healing process, so we're good to go here at Indy.
It looks good.
Yeah. Today was the brightest day I've had since, and I had to squint a little bit, but I forgot my fat head sunglasses today. I should have brought them.
So come back into this event on what is a much smaller racetrack than we had at Eldora Speedway last weekend. And is it kind of similar to what it was back in 2018? Or are you having to make some adjustments to try and race that same caliber here?
It rained all year that year, so that was a little bit different racetrack, but we've ran well here with kind of the way the racetrack is now. So tonight seems to be a little tougher, so we're going to have to work a little extra hard, but I think we have a car good enough to do it.
Brady Bacon was the very first winner of this Driven to Save Lives BC39 from back in 2018. Going to try to be the first repeat winner of the event.
Yeah, we were still looking for our first repeat winner. Obviously, if he's trying to be the first there, Pat, I was thinking about that. But I was thinking about the rain we had that first year. Wow.
Did. Yeah, we were lucky. We had to scrap some events to get the event in. And then when we started hot laps, the main grandstands were on this side of the track that particular year. And people just got pelted, and to their undying credit, they were so happy they stood up and cheered that we were able to get the race in. That was a Reese Connell and a Levi Jones save to get that event in.
Yeah, unbelievable. We got our 4th and final group out here for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Don O'Keefe out of Pittsburgh, Indiana, the 99 car. The pound 1 of Justin Zimmerman out of Athens, Texas. Emerson Axum and Franklin India Racers in the 68. The 21K Carter Sarf out of Mason City, Illinois. Bethany, Connecticut's Kenny Johnson, the 46, 27B, and Jake Bubak out of Arvada, Colorado. Clinton Boyles out of Greenwood, Missouri, is in the number 11, and then the 55 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, it's Trevor Klein. Well, quickest out of that group is the number 68 car, Emerson Axum, the Link chassis. Number 68 is able to move himself into the number 4 spot overall at 12.221, 12.221. Trevor Klein, the 55, second fastest out of the group's 5th quick, so he's right behind Emerson Axum. And then Carter Sarf, 6th quick in the 21K. Jake Buback was 7th quick in the 27B, so that final group plenty quick, but not as quick as we saw out of Justin Grant, Tanner Thorson, and Cannon McIntosh, who will finish out your top 3 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps.
Yeah, Carter Sarf's been in victory lane with Extreme this year, and I've mentioned last night, Jake Bubeck, I just think is a great race driver. He's run and had success in a variety of disciplines, notably in the 305s. He's the 2-time Belleville Nationals winner and a National Race Saver national champion as well. So very talented second-generation driver and showing well here with his time 7th fastest overall for now.
So with that, our Dirt Draft Hot Laps come to a conclusion as we work on through tonight's schedule of events. We got a couple things for you here you check out, a little bit of housekeeping to take care of, and we'll get underway with our opening ceremony. Should be coming up here in just a pinch.
Hey race fans, are you driven to save lives? In 2016, Hoosier race car driver and USAC champion Brian Clausen tragically died in an accident and saved 5 lives as an organ donor. Since then, more than 8,000 race fans have teamed up with Indiana Donor Network to save lives through organ donation. Because of people like you who made the legendary decision to save lives, more race fans can enjoy the Driven to Save Lives BC39 at the dirt track at IMS. Sign up to be an organ donor at Indiana Donor Network's Driven to Save Lives tent behind the grandstand, and make sure you share your decision to save lives with your friends and family.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since, but a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond.